things not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will accomplish all my purpose. So God is declaring here that he shows us what the end looks like from the beginning. Now, who can give a practical example of that?
Of God from the beginning to the end, is that what you mean?
Yeah, he says declaring the end of creation, the end from the beginning, from revealing from the beginning. And what is a good practical example of that? Peter mentions it.
Will bruise his heel.
Well, there's one, but the one I'm
Go ahead.
thinking about is remember where Peter says, remember that one day is like 1,000 years, 1,000 years like a day, and God said, I created the earth in 6 days, and then I rested, and we see that the end is revealed from the beginning. There is 6 days for man, 6,000 years, and then 1,000 years of God's rest, with Jesus in command. So that is one of the most obvious ways that the scriptures show us that God is declaring the end from the beginning. Okay? And from ancient times, things not yet done. So he's saying from ancient times, back when the Old Testament was written and things were written down, he's prophesying the future. Okay, so we have these 3 feasts you shall keep. Now the Feast of the Unleavened Bread, as James said, God said, you shall eat unleavened bread for 7 days. Now, when you hear of those words, unleavened bread, what does that make you think about Jesus' words?
They're pure.
Jesus says, I am unleavened bread. I am pure. So these are to show us that we are to only feast on what is to come, where Jesus says, I am the bread of life. And it must be unleavened. And what did he mean when he would say, what does leaven do? And we are shared with some of the scriptures. What does leaven do?
Corrupts.
It infiltrates the whole loaf, right? It infiltrates the whole loaf. And leaven dilutes the truth. So they were told to go 7 days, on this feast, eat unleavened bread, to remind them that only God's truth, unleavened, pure truth, and us, to remind us, is acceptable. And there's a feast that we will keep all the way into the millennium. Maybe past, we're not told. All we know is 7 days, 7,000 years.
Now, at one time in the New Testament,